Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Aaron Shea, and we have a very special habitat now as we visit the studio of Leah Wingfield and Steve Clements, who have created a new body of work that is titled Co-Dependents, which you'll learn more about during this presentation. So if you've been following along in our newsletters, you should have a great background of what this is about. Leah and Steve have put their heart and soul into this new body of work, and you are going to experience it live first via this online Zoom. If you're watching on Facebook or later on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and share these videos so the word can get out for this incredible presentation that has been, on its way for so long. So without further ado, I'm going to take over your screen and start sharing. I have a tiny bit of housekeeping to talk about and some exciting news about our international coming up in June. So these Zooms happen every Saturday, so make sure you have an opportunity to join us, share the word. They're a lot of fun to do. We have a lot more planned. We do NGG the first of every weekend, but we took the first to do this show. So next weekend, we're having an NGG presentation. The International in June is coming together. We have our invitations ready. Contact me. We're sending them out next week physically. The virtual PDF version can be downloaded at tinyurl.com/glass51. I'll put that in the chat later so you guys can take a note of it because the invitations are going out for June and we're excited with gas coming to town. Make sure you're there. So that's it. That's all the housekeeping I have. So I wanted to welcome Leah Wingfield and Steve Clements. They're longtime members of our Habatat family. We're honored to have you guys. Say hello to everybody in the room, please, please.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Friends, family, friends. Thank you for coming.
Great to have you.
And we need to give Aaron and Corey a big thank you on this because this has literally been like as I said earlier, since the beginning of time, this idea. And I kept telling them, just think of it like a striptease, that it just won't be, just coming through the door fully formed. It's going to be a lot more interesting than that. And they had to totally trust me because they didn't see anything, not even the pieces, until everything was fully formed. And so they just had to trust us on this whole idea of making the presentation like this, and then obviously trusting that the pieces were going to be worth the trouble. And so I hope you'll feel the same way. And we really want to thank them for coming on the ride. And, we'll just take credit for good training because we've been training them since they were about 15.
100% true. This is a great ride to be part of. So thanks for inviting us along the way. And thanks for sharing this story. It's been a great opportunity to dive into your world and learn about your inspiration because we trust you as an artist. We've known you for so long in our family and we know your talent and we know your vision. So this was an easy thing for us to do. So
great.
I am going to share my screen again now that I have it up again, and we'll get into the first video. Does that work for you, Leah? What's it about?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. Journey
For
of
sure.
5 of 6. This is journey number 5.
So now you've come to the finishing. I hope you've had a little feeling of the experience of being in the studio. And that was the unique opportunity that in starting this new series, which is very different from anything we've done before, we tried to figure out how can we bring you into the studio with us, because it's not like blowing glass where you can watch this exciting demonstration and see a finished object at the end of it. This is a year's worth of work, and it's, slower than watching grass grow for sure. And so it doesn't lend itself to coming into the studio for a day and a demo. So we played with this idea and it was very interesting and fun to do. And so now we brought you all the way up to the last finishing steps, which is what you'll see in this next video. And then we'll follow it with the big reveal, the end of the striptease.
Sounds perfectly.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Those of you who missed the videos, we're going to be sharing them on a website we'll announce. So you'll be able to watch them all in a row should you have missed one or two. But I'm sure all of you have seen them all. What were you saying, Steve?
Just welcome to our world again.
Thank you. Thank you. So here we go, everybody. Let me give it a click and give it another click, and we'll all watch. Bated breath.
So we are at an exciting and anxious and very wet moment, which
Sorry, let me change my speakers. Give me 1 second. Okay, hold on.
is I'm just starting to clean the plaster off of the pieces after we've broken it away and to take them out of the mold. And it's anxious because we don't always know, actually we never know, that everything's okay until actually I start grinding them and I can really see everything and make sure that they cast
they're only
properly.
seeing this right now.
But at this point,
except see how the sidebar, we can see. So yeah,
I'm gonna mute you guys. You guys can hear you. Sorry about that. We're gonna go back to the final video.
I'm just starting to clean the plaster off of the pieces after we've broken it away and to take them out of the mold. And it's anxious because we don't always know, actually we never know, that everything's okay until actually I start grinding them and I can really see everything and make sure that they've cast properly. But at this point, I'm excited because it seems like so far so good. And it's just kind of messy right now. And I do this outside because it is. And mostly what I'm doing is just getting off most of the big bits of plaster. And then I really get them cleaned up when I'm grinding. And grinding is to take away the little bits of glass that have leaked into the cracks that happen in the mold during the firing. And so I take those off, I get the bottom cleaned up, and then I can really see that we've had complete success with the piece. So right now, so far so good. Welcome to A Sigh of Relief. So I just wanted to share with you a great moment, which is we have taken the first piece out of the mold and out of the kiln, Gesundheit, that was a dog's knees. And, you know, opening the kiln is less like Christmas and more like a Jack-in-the-Box. Even after years and years of experience and general consistency, we still never really know what we're going to find until we open it up. And we had a string over the last few years of failure after failure after failure for a number of reasons. And so we were particularly anxious with this one because we had really realized that for a number of reasons we had been really distracted, so we weren't exercising our expertise maybe as much as we should have, and we were relying on it without double checking a lot of things. So with these new pieces, we were also adding new glass that we haven't worked with before, and I may have mentioned that in other videos. And there's a number of things that we have to figure out with it, and so we were, you know, anxiously awaiting getting this one open because it was going to tell us if we had gotten it all right. So I was thinking of it a little bit more as an experiment, which I think was just a defense mechanism to, if it didn't work, well, it was just an experiment anyway. But really, we need this piece to succeed. And it has. So I'm giving you a tiny sneak peek, not much of one, because I want you to have the experience of seeing it finished. So from this point on, you won't see this piece again until it's completely finished. But in any case, welcome to a good news day, and I'll see you later.
since Leah showed you her catch of tools, I thought maybe you would care to see mine in a quick little tour. Come on. My tools happen to be bigger, noisier, way more dangerous than pencils. I have a ton of cut-offs that I save and use for other projects besides art. I have more things that make noise and do funny things. I always thought this one looks like a ride. This one makes holes. This is storage and tool room. Extra tools. Clamps, all kinds of different clamps. You can never have too many clamps. These are power hand tools. More supplies. More stacked up wood, plywood to be used for other projects. Have the finishing paint room, which is highly guarded by Keith Richards. No one is allowed in there but myself and Keith, and that's one at a time. More sanding stuff. My beautiful studio view. And it comes over to a work table. And it all comes back to measuring. I measure, I mark. I love marking and measuring. A quote that I love is on my marking measuring board, and it's measure once, hope for the best. John C. Riley.
Today, you're in the outdoor wood shop, and we are getting ready to plane this big chunk of Douglas fir that we have.
A 4x12.
A 4x12 that we're going to be using to make bases, but it's a little thicker than we want it, so we need to plane it down to the dimension that we prefer. And because it's one of the messiest and noisiest jobs on the planet, we didn't want you to miss it since you're along for the ride. So get ready, put your ears on, and let's make a mess.
Okay, y'all ready?
Just a sec.
2.5 plus 1, 2, 3.5 sixteenths.
Good.
Yeah, perfect.
So we've got it to the dimension that we want, but I just wanted to point out something to you, that the difference between the pusher and the catcher. You can see who takes most of the mess, if not all. So, just so you know. Oh, both of those are nice.
I think so. So this surface is sanded and polyed, sanded and tung oil. The surface is resawn poly and resawn tung oil.
Oh, yeah.
And sides, poly tung oil.
Yeah, I think
Poly tung oil.
the tung oil obviously is richer.
Well,
I think that's going to be nice.
This is how I wanted to see it against.
Yeah.
That's the oil. This is the poly.
I think the oil is going to be...
It is. It is richer.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that this piece is going to be as light as this piece
Right.
of cherry. This one looks darker to me, but this is old and it's got its outer patina.
Right.
I'll see after it's sanded, cut and sanded.
But even if it's a little darker,
I think it will be.
you know, I think it's okay.
Yeah. This is one of the bases for the Co-Dependents pieces. This is Douglas fir, a native tree to our area. It's a light wood. And now applying tongue oil, which just brings out its grain and its deeper color. And this takes about 3 coats of tongue oil over 3 days. It's not like a top coat poly or something that sinks into the wood and becomes part of the wood. And these bases on the Co-Dependent pieces are designed to be as simple a base as possible, with the colors complementing the color of the glass, not competing with it.
Right. I'll mute you guys again if you don't mind. And we'll kick into the next video. For some reason. Oh, I gotta kick it over. There we go. Journey 6 of 6. Would you mind unmuting yourself, Leah? Thank you for sharing that a little bit into Steve's world too, which was great to see. And we'll get into the 6th video journey. You should be able to hear you now, but I can't. Not yet. Go ahead and try to unmute yourself some more. And if you can't, we'll kick you into the video, but I'm sure we'll get you talking. That I can hear you now, I think. Let me see. We can barely hear you though. Maybe your Bluetooth disconnected.
How's that?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Very faint
Okay.
though. Go ahead.
Make sure this is.
Mine's working.
You definitely hear Steve. Why don't you take Steve's from him, because we can hear him perfectly, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Leah.
There we go. Okay.
Video journey 6.
All righty. So it's time. So what we've done is we've made a video of the reveal for you. And so although it's been a lifetime for Aaron, now the wait is over. He won't die before he gets to see these pieces. And so let's go for it, Aaron.
Let's do
We're
this.
there.
It's great to see this process of how, that planer, that thing's incredible. The amount of effort it goes into every single detail that you guys invested your time and effort into creating. And it's a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining us. So
Great.
Episode 6, the final reveal. Here we go.
Welcome back. We are so glad you're here, and we're very anxious to share with you our new series, Co-Dependents. Come on in. The inspiration for these pieces might be non-obvious. One day I was out mowing the field, and as I was working along, I had this really terrible foot pain, and so I was just feeling really constrained by that. And it was right during COVID, so I was feeling very constrained by that. And at that time we were caring for my mom, which meant that I was having to go every day and just make sure everything was okay and that she had food. But that was constraining as well, because I knew I wouldn't be able to travel or really leave. And as I'm munching along, feeling sorry for myself, I look over and there's our dog Blue right along the fence, exactly in lockstep with me. And I was just so frustrated, and I thought, oh my God, I can't even walk in a straight line with Blue. He's always blocking me, and I'm standing there and he's either beside me or behind me, touching me, and I have to be really careful. And I can't walk through a door without making sure he's gotten through it as well and I don't smash a tail. And it was just like this whole moment of total frustration at being tethered. And then as I started to think about it, all of those tethers were tethers of love. Obviously love for my mom, obviously love for my dog, obviously love for my husband, and a little bit of love for my fellow man, so I wouldn't go out there and infect everybody with COVID. But it was really kind of the inspiration point for this work. And the first iterations of it are not at all like what you're seeing. And as Steve and I started to talk about it and we started to work through some ideas, it took some drawing. I experimented with some sculptures. At the same time, we were also thinking about what kind of glass to use and began testing some of this new glass that we were thinking about to see what would work, how would it work. And so all of these experiments just led step by step to these pieces that don't look anything like the beginning experiments, which is actually part of what we wanted to share with you here. We're trying to give you the experience of creating something that doesn't exist in the world. Bringing it to fruition is a multi-step process fraught with all the drama of potential failure at any stop along the way. When you finally see the finished pieces, we hope you will feel the sense of accomplishment and relief that we do. What we hope also is that you'll feel the emotion we felt when I was making the waxes for these pieces. It was a really interesting experience. It has been a little bit different than we have felt before, frankly. When I would situate the heads together, we just had this overwhelming sweep of emotion go through both of us. And that's what I'm hoping you will experience as well. Of course, that is the purpose of sculpture. It is as a conduit for shared emotion. I also like to think of it as a tool for storytelling. Not so much telling our story or trying to create a story and tell it to the rest of the world. What I'm thinking of really is that it's a tool for the collector, for the viewer. It's rather like an alphabet that one uses to tell their own story. When you take a piece into your collection, I think of it as part of that alphabet. I love visiting a collection and getting a sense of the inner life of a person. I think it's a beautiful way to tell your story. When you add one of these sculptures to your collection, it reveals your own heart. This glass was the perfect choice for these pieces. To us, it feels like a very emotional glass, which is kind of an interesting thing to say. And it has just this really beautiful, soft and warm quality that we feel perfectly conveys what we're trying to express in this work. The artist's statement for these is very simple: love.
Rosie 2.
Wow. Thank you, Leah. That was amazing. So that was the website, guys. The work is now available on sharingbreath.com. I believe it is. Let me pull it up on my computer here and show you guys because I have the screen up. So you can see the, let me unmute you too, Leah, so you can come and join me. The works are all visible here online, all the details, the contact links, you can get a hold of me, the pricing as well. And we're going to add these last 2 videos to the coming soon links that are here on the website. So I will send out an email after this so people can come see this stuff online and pick out your favorite and give me a call, because they are, now that you've seen them, they're now available. And people have put some amazing contents into the chat too. What'd you say, Leah?
Oh, hold on. Nothing.
Oh, people have put some amazing comments. People are very impressed with the thoughts of the work itself, the context behind it. So make sure you have a chance to see that, Leah, too, before you leave. And I'll send you a copy of it too. But incredible. I'm so happy to see this exhibition come to fruition and to see these pieces in the public eye. And please explore the works. And you're going to give us a little bit of a tour on the floor. Leah, is that possible to arrange?
Let me, we've got
Stop
our,
sharing.
hold on a sec.
There we go. Stop sharing my screen. Comments are beautiful sculptures, Leah and Steve. Speechless. This body of work is profoundly magnificent on so many levels. Wish more people knew about the importance of this simple but wholesome kind of love. Wonderful, sensitive work, and incredible. So I agree. I agree with all of you. Good job. I agree with all of you. Thank you for commenting and joining into this celebration. It's a masterpiece, and we'll be sharing the videos for those who aren't around, but all works are available. So Leah's gonna they're on iPad, correct, right, Leah? You have an iPad going there?
I don't think we're going to be able to get it.
Oh,
to
you
work
won't? Okay, no
on the
worries.
iPad.
So the works are all behind them, as you can see on the table. And if anybody has any questions or any thoughts or wants to unmute themselves, this would be the perfect time. I loved watching your process, and it's interesting to get a concept of the glass you chose mixed with the different decisions you made along the way. And every piece is so moving. I can just imagine the feeling you had as you guys created these pieces. So thanks again for joining us. And so I will I'll put out the URL, I'll put out an email so people can see the works. And if we can get the videos incorporate the moving around the pieces, so that's a good place to share the visuals, of course. So anything else to add? Do you want to add, Leah and Steve?
I just want to say thank you again. If you have any questions, you can pipe up now. You can always get in contact with us. Erin can get you in contact. And thanks for indulging us. Like I said, friends and family, of course you should have shown up. So well done. And
That's you, Gail. Cameron. Hi, Al. Hi, Myra.
hi, Cuddy. I want a special shout out to my second mom, Kadi Shandor, who I've known since I was a little girl. And I visited Kadi for the first time in a few years in Phoenix a little while ago. And I'm so glad you're here, Kadi. Thank you.
Hi, Kathy. Let's go steelhead fishing.
There's Tracy. So
Tracy?
thank you everybody for coming.
Tracy Reed.
And as we said, if you have questions, you can pipe up now.
Yeah, I'm going to be putting the link to the website in the chat, which is there now. And these will also be posted up on artsy.com. Artsy does have a fee for use, so I advise you contacting me instead of using Artsy to purchase the work. But if you want to see it on Artsy, they'll be up in a matter of minutes once this chat is over. But thank you all for joining me today. Thank you, Leah. And thank you, Stephen, for making such a beautiful work. So, thank
Love
you.
you.
Have a great weekend, everybody. And I look forward to talking to each and every one of you very soon. Hopefully see you all here in June. Much love. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.